trying to see what I'm doing, and I was just like, I just want to see what you're doing. Like, what are you doing in here? Because I thought it was suspicious because wait, hold on. Did it work? Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. And for today's video, I'm gonna be doing like a little mukbang type of thing. This is like a 2-in-1. So if you see me wearing the same exact shirt in another video, mind your biz. I got my food and my camera is like barely sitting up right now, so if it falls, we're gonna bleep that out and hopefully my camera doesn't break. So we got our food. Yay! We got a little KFC moment. KFC sponsor me. Of course, I had to get some fries. They're a little low because I was picking at them during the drive over here. I'm bugging it all up. Oh, wait. Gotta get the big old roll of toilet paper. I mean, not toilet paper. What's it called? I don't know, roll of paper. So we got the fries, y'all. Look at how yummy. They're so good. And we got this. If y'all never had one of these from KFC, y'all are missing out. For today's video, I'm doing a little story time. It's my first story time on my channel, and I thought it was gonna be interesting because, you know, from my last video, I know you guys seen that I got engaged. I don't have the ring on yet, so don't mind her. Do not mind her. And you guys see my shirt? Peso Pluma. I'll see you September 7th, baby. And today's story time is how I almost caught my boyfriend. No. How I almost spoiled my own engagement. So, let's get into it. So, before the trip even started, we were at home packing our stuff and whatever. And when we were packing our stuff, my boyfriend was in the shower. So I was like, let me put my stuff in his bag, you know, because we had 2 different bags, but we usually put our stuff together. So I was like, I'm gonna put a couple of my stuff in his bag. So I opened his luggage and I put my hand in there, and you know, I seen that he had his cologne, and I was like, oh, like, this smells good. It smells good. And I was like, what else is he bringing? Like, I was just curious. I wasn't like snooping for something. I mean, at the same time I was, but I didn't know like he had my ring in there. So I was kind of just snooping for, like, I don't know, like, what else was he bringing on the trip? So I didn't look. I put my hand in there and I was kind of just feeling around, and I didn't feel anything because I felt like his, you know, his underwears, his socks, all that stuff. So I felt there's a car here. I felt his socks, and inside of his socks there was I just felt his socks. I didn't feel anything else. And I was like, oh, like, you know, just the usual socks, clothes, whatever. But I didn't know that the engagement ring was in his sock. Like, and the box was like this big. So I didn't know that the engagement ring was in there. Y'all, look at this. This is so yummy. So I didn't know that the engagement ring was gonna be in there, but I didn't feel it. I only knew because, you know, eventually after the engagement, my boyfriend was like, or my fiance was like, oh, because I told them, I was like, where'd you put it? Because I went through your bag and I like fell in there and I could not feel nothing. And he was like, he was upset. He was like, oh my God. He's like, I'm over here trying to hide something. You're going through my bag. And I was like, I wasn't going through it like that. Like, I wasn't trying to spoil nothing. I don't know. Something told me to go through his bag, and I really don't know why. As we were going, he was nervous, and, you know, I don't know if you guys could tell in the video, but he was nervous. And when we got there to the hotel, we were like getting situated, and we were like putting everything where it goes, you know, looking at the hotel. The hotel was beautiful. I loved it. And of course, I'm gonna record, I'm gonna look around. The door to the hotel room doesn't have a lock to the restroom. To the door when you walk in, it does, but when you go to the restroom, it's one of those like sliding doors. Like, it doesn't lock, it's just like a sliding door, so it doesn't lock. And my boyfriend told me, he's like, hey, like he's like, are you gonna take a shower before we go? And I was like, yeah, I'm gonna take a shower. So I get situated and I go and get my stuff and go in the shower. So as I'm getting in the shower, I get like situated and everything, get my clothes. I turn on the water, and then I was like, wait, I don't know. I honestly, it seems played out, but I promise you guys it's really not. I had no idea this was gonna happen. And I don't know, I was in the shower, I wasn't in the shower, but I turned on the shower, and I didn't like take off my clothes yet. And then so I came out, but like you can't hear the sliding door open, so I came out, and there was 2 restrooms in our suite. So he was in the other restroom, and I went to the living room, I think to get like my perfume, I don't know, something. I went to get something from my bag that was on the couch in the living room, and I seen the door open, but he was in the restroom. And I was like, hey, what are you doing in there? And he's like, I thought you were in the shower. And I was like, no, I'm not in the shower. I was like, well, what are you doing? And he's like, nothing, like, go in the shower. And I started walking over there, and he was like, get away. He's like, you're always like trying to see what I'm doing. And I was just like, I just want to see what you're doing. Like, what are you doing in here? Because I thought it was suspicious, because, well, in my head, I thought he was taking selfies, and like, you know, your girl not gonna miss a selfie. So I thought he was taking selfies. That's why I had initially walked in there. And I had told him, I was like, are you taking pictures? And he's like, no, like, get out. And then I was just like, Jesus. And I went in there, but I guess he said he had his socks in his hand. He was in there polishing my ring before, so he could, you know, propose to me. And I didn't know that. I thought he was taking selfies, and I'm not gonna miss a selfie. So I went in there, and he was like so upset. He's like, oh my God, like, you said you were gonna be in the shower. Why weren't you in the shower? And I was like, dude, like, is it that big of a deal? But now I understand why, you know? But anyways, he was polishing it in the restroom. And he said that when I walked in, he like got his socks, and like, cause the box was big, like, I don't even have a resemblance, like, it's like half of my phone. Like, okay, so half of my phone, this box right here, that's how like big it was. Just imagine like a whole dimensional box. So he grabbed it, and obviously his hands not gonna cover the whole thing, so he had his socks, and he grabbed it with the box and covered it all together, and he like kind of hid it behind his back. But at the time, I'm not thinking anything's up. I'm just like, oh, you know, I just want to see what he was doing in the restroom. And then so he covered it all together, and he like walked out of the restroom. And I was like, well, what were you doing? And he was like, he played it off like he was putting his socks on. And I believed it. So like, I got in the shower, and I was like, whatever. But I was thinking like damn, like, was it really that serious? And that happened. I got out the shower, got ready. I vlogged a little bit, and he didn't bring a bag or like a backpack. I brought my bag, but he's not gonna tell me like, hey, can you hold this for me? But so he didn't bring anything, and he was wearing his Levi's, his Pro Club, and he didn't bring nothing. And then he was just like, I'm gonna take the ring out of the box and I'm put it in my pocket. Just the ring, not the box, just the ring by itself. So he did that. And when we were getting ready, you know, when you go to Disneyland, you park in the parking lot. And I don't know if you guys know, but there's like this little, how do I say it? There's like a little transit, like a little train that takes you to the, if you park in their parking lot, there's a little train that takes you to their, like their entrance or whatever. So we had to, in order to get on that train, we had to go through a metal detector. And so when we were in line, and keep in mind, he has the ring in his pocket. So like, if it, you know, it's gonna go off, it better, because I don't want no fake ring. So he had a necklace on at the same time. It was like a little chain or whatever. And he was like, he was like, you think my chain will go off in the metal detector? And like, expecting anything, I tell him, your chain is not gonna go off because it's not real. Oh, not me exposing him, but I told him that. I was like, your chain is not gonna go off because it's not real. And in his head, he was starting to get nervous, you know? Like, he was like, oh, like, what am I gonna do? Like, it's gonna go off. And then so I went first, and then, you know, I had my little fanny pack and I showed him, and then I walked through. And this is where I kind of started suspecting, like, very, very little, but I did suspect it, because he walked through and it went off, and then they told him, you know, take everything out of your pockets. And so he started taking everything out of his pockets, and I was standing like that because I'm already done. I'm already on the other end. And so I look at him, and then he was just like he gave me that look. He's like, I don't know what's going on. And then so they pulled him to his side, and they're like, we're gonna need you to empty everything out of your pockets because you keep going off. And so you could see on his face he was getting a little nervous, and so he was like, damn. And then so they scanned him, and it's when, you know, the little wand was like beep 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 beep, they had that. And tell me why when they scanned him, it stopped exactly on his waistline, like right here where his pocket is. It was his left pocket. It stopped right there, and it kept stopping there and stopping there. And the guy was like, you need to take whatever's in your pocket, you need to take it out. And I started suspecting it, so I was like, I'm not even gonna look. Like, I don't even want to look, because like, if it is that, because that's what I thought, if it is that, I don't want it to be spoiled like this, you know? So I kind of just like turned my head a little bit, like pretending like I'm not really acknowledging it. And then so as I looked away, he took off his, this is what he told me, he took off his chain and put it in his pocket with the ring. And then and then I looked back at him, and he had already went like this. So in his hand was the chain and the ring, but the ring was wrapped in a napkin. It was wrapped in a napkin with a chain, and he kind of just like tossed it on the table, like, you know, like it's nothing. And so after he did that, it worked, and they did let him pass. So after that, he had told me, he's like, why would they be checking my waistline? And me, not knowing nothing, I'm just like, I don't know, like maybe your buttons. And he's like, oh, he's like, yeah, that's why. But all along he knew why it kept going off. I just thought that was so funny. If you guys haven't gotten one of these, let me be the one to tell you, it is yummy. I just thought it was so funny because, like, all this going on, and like, I didn't suspect it. The only time I suspected it was at the metal detector. And there's one more time I'm gonna tell you guys right now. Let me get a little food break. Y'all judging me. I thought that was so cute though, because like, I felt like he was so nervous, and like with all this going on and me being the and chismosa that I am, like I want to know everything, you know? I'm just glad that I didn't ruin my own proposal, and I felt like it couldn't have been any better. I'm gonna give you guys a quick detail in my video that I haven't told nobody today. When I was at Disneyland and we were walking around, I think I don't know if it, because there was a lot of proposals that day, but I don't know if it was that one that I had posted in the video. I just know that it was one of them. But I remember walking by, and in my head I was like really sad, you know, because I was just like, man, like they're so lucky they get proposed to, and I've just been waiting so long. And I was just really hurt, you know. And I didn't tell my boyfriend that because I didn't want him to feel some type of way about it, but I know he's gonna watch the video, so hey, sorry. But it made me really sad, and I was really mad because I was like, dude, like, you know, I want that to be me. I've always wanted to get engaged, and I just felt like what would have been a better time than to do it at Disneyland, you know? And I've been through a lot. Like, for people that are watching and you guys know me, you guys know I've been through a lot. Whether it's like from years ago or even from like even a couple years ago, you guys know that I've been through a lot, and I've came from a lot. and I'm glad to start like vlogging and stuff, because now I'm in my content creator era, and I'm just happy to be able to share these memories like this with you guys. Like this year we have a lot of trips coming up. You know, you thought it was over? Girl, just getting started. But we have a lot of trips coming this month, and I'm so glad I can be able to vlog it with you guys, because you know, it's pretty cool. I want you guys to see like what we do, like who we're with, like how we do things, you know. And for everybody watching at home, I hope you guys are like, damn, you know, she deserves it, let her do her. So I was like, damn, like, you know, he's really not gonna propose, like, you know, yada yada yada. And then towards the night, we got on the roller coaster. In the previous video, we got on a roller coaster. It was the one where I was like, oh, you know, Michael, this is the only one Michael can do, is a little kid one. We got on it, and we were in the thing, and you know, the little thing where you go like that, and it like goes on your waist or whatever. We had that, and where, you know, where your phone goes, right there, Michael had the ring in his pocket. And I don't know what he thought, like all of a sudden he's on a roller coaster and his pants were just gonna get loose for I don't know what reason. But he's, you know, you guys know men's pockets, they're deep, like they're really deep. So like compared to girls' pockets, so I don't know what he was thinking, like, oh my god, the freaking rings, we're gonna go like upside, even though there's no rides that take you upside down. But he probably thought like, oh my god, we're gonna do upside down, back and forward, back flip, front flip. I don't know what he thought, but he like was holding onto the ring through his pants, so it kind of looked like this. I'm just gonna show you my shirt. He was holding onto it like this in his pants, like on the outside though, so pretend this is the ring, and he was holding it like that. And I was looking, and I was like that, and I was like, what is that? And then he kind of just like let it go and played it off, and like, oh my god, I'm nervous. Keep in mind, the highest drop on that roller coaster was like me jumping. That's how high it was. But it was not that big of a drop. It was not. And he was like, oh my god, I'm so nervous. And I was like, oh my god, like, stop being nervous. You know, I had to be the man that day. I seen him holding it in his pocket, and I kind of looked and was like, what is that? And that's whenever he let it go and he tried to play it off like, oh, like, what do you want? Like, what's going on? Like, I'm nervous, yada yada yada. But I thought that if he was gonna propose to me, he was gonna do it sooner, like within the day. And I'm scared. So there was an account of going through his bag, catching him in the restroom, not catching him, but like suspecting in the restroom. The metal detector, that was a big one. That was where I started getting suspicious, but it went away after that one. And then the what was it? Oh, the roller coaster one. There's a lot of cars pulling up. Not the race car with the handicap sign on it. Okay, you do you. Anyway, so there was a count of 4 times to where I almost caught him, and thankfully I didn't. That would have been sad, huh? My thumbnail for the other video would have been like, how I caught my fiance. No. It was great though. Overall, it was super fun. Like, despite all the emotions that I was feeling, it was good, and I'm glad and I'm happy that I'm finally engaged, and I'm super happy that you guys get to see it with me. Thank you to everybody who commented and who watched and who subscribed. We're almost at 100 subscribers. We're almost at 100 subscribers. Not quite yet, so make sure you like, share, and comment. He thought the video was done. I'm not done with my food. Overall, it was a super good trip. 10 out of 10 recommend. Disney Sweetheart Tonight. There was no lines for no rides. The longest, we had to wait more to order food than we did having to get on the rides. Like, it was like a 30-minute wait to get the food, I think, because everybody was hungry, everybody and their mamas. And for the rides, it was literally no wait, like, at all. So if you're thinking about going to Sweetheart Tonight, girl, do it. If your man don't want to go, if you don't want to pay for it, then drop him. I don't want to make this video long. God, I know I'm not that big. I can't breathe. Woo. Anyways. I don't want to make this video long because I feel like some of you were like, I don't give a damn what you have to say. Show me the excitement. But I just wanted to let you guys know, do a little story time, give you guys a little in-depth of, you know, the occasions that I didn't catch on camera, but that were all kind of behind the scenes, you know? So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure you like, subscribe, and comment, and make sure you guys stay tuned for the giveaway that I have coming up. And like I said, this is a little 2-for-1 video today. So if I'm wearing this shirt, ooh. So if I'm wearing this shirt with my mans on it in the next video, mind your business, mind your business, because I'm a full-time mom. And I don't need to explain it to you guys. Why are you guys coming at me like that? A big. So it gets super busy with school, being a mom, and I just got a job. Hey. I just got a job, so stay tuned for that. But other than that, yeah, I'm not gonna keep you guys any longer. Thank you for watching the video. It's probably one of my shortest videos, but it's a little taste. But thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, share to your mamas, your grandmas, your grandpas, your cousins, your unkies, your aunties, everybody. Make sure you share, okay? Because we're like familia. We're one big little family. Anyways, bye. Love you guys.